On day 13 of the 2022 FLoB-a-Thon a day Nostalgia-rama anniversary of 11 years etude Descent into Madness. That's right. Couldn't at all tell that that's where I started the stream marker, so we can bring the YouTube archive in. We're up to 41,453 megabytes on the world save. And last time, aka yesterday, we reached our initial $2,600 goal for Equality Texas Foundation. Set that goal because that's the goal in Skate or Don't is 2,600 meters. So I've decided here in the final week, the final weekend, to bump it up to 4,200 because that was the number that we raised for the previous charities, like RAD. So why not? Why not condense an entire season's worth of charitable fundraising into the remaining moments here of all that stuff I just said? FLoB-a-Thon 2022, Descent into Madness, Nostalgia-rama-thon, whatever. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. But yeah, I'm ready to begin. I don't know what I'm doing. I have no questions or anything. So I'm leaving it up to you who are in chat to, to, to spur discussion and evade dead air. And also to get your woofs ready. Hopefully you've done that, because here we go. Woof! I gotta mute my speakers, though. Gotta mute my speakers. I get an echo. Echo, echo. All right. Oh, hello. Already I accidentally tabbed out. That's a good start. Here we go. That has been quick lately, but just as you say that, we're gonna have a like 3-minute lag the next time we wait for a woof. Lag. What's with the lag? What do we need? We could use some wooden planks and some wool. We can get them from right here. I find the jittering comforting now. So if it were suddenly to disappear, you would be beside yourself. Like if this was the way we were playing the game. Oh, a spoiler. Hello, spoiler. Friendly spoiler. Hopefully. Yeah, loud spoiler. Beep bop. Go. I took down all my Christmas decorations that have been snowed iced in today. Where are you? In the Arctic Circle? I fell out. You still got stuff up from Christmas. I think, well, the outside lights are still up. But that's just because the girlfriend likes them. Like on the porch we have. They're still the multicolored lights. But no, everything else is very much down. And I think the wreath is still out there too, but that's because it's a real wreath and it just happens to still be alive. I mean, I guess alive is a relative term. It's not connected to the tree it came from, but... But no. I mean, I think all of our stuff we boxed into our single box. Our single small box of Christmas decorations. And now the notification comes in. You missed so much! Oh, everybody who's already been here. Oh, the amazing things that we've never seen before in Farlands or Bust that we have since seen. You have no idea. So much neatness stuff. Raining golden apples and pink sheep. All sorts of situations we got ourselves in. Doc Gratis coming in a day late with the mesh Wi-Fi ideas. I use the Google mesh and it works great. Just turn off the router Wi-Fi and use it. I don't know what that means. I don't want to turn off the router Wi-Fi because the Wi-Fi is the thing that I want. Yeah, that is a confusing riddle you've posed. I didn't even know elephants were in this version. Use the Google Mesh as its own Wi-Fi. Oh, you mean, oh, you're imagining that I had, like, my cable modem has Wi-Fi or something. No, it doesn't. I don't rent the cable internet hardware. Is that what you're saying? Yes, okay, no, I've had just a standalone cable modem for many years now, and I have a separate Wi-Fi router. So yes, I understand then, I guess, what that means. But of course, that was also the case that I'm also like, well, now my cable modem is slightly out of date. I'm getting the upload that I need, so it's not so critical, I guess. To update that right away, I'm just kind of throttling my download, I suppose. I allegedly could be getting 900 down, but my modem is only capable of like 4 or 5. So it's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So, yeah, I don't know. It is one of those things. Wasted internets. Yep, just disposed of internets. just down the drain. A leaky faucet. Look at this weird airplane up in the sky here. Interesting. Modem isn't capable of more than 400 or 500. It's many years old. It's DOCSIS 3.0 as opposed to the 3.1. Is what they require for the faster internets. Yeah, I guess the one like people's complaints about the Googles or the Amazon meshes is that you need to use their online app to administer them. As opposed to like a more robust Wi-Fi, you just can log in via a web interface with, you know, 192.168.1 or whatever. So yeah, I mean, yeah, of the two, I would probably do Google, even though I think Google is like, the system is slower. But just because I've already got all my eggs in the Google baskets with the Android phones and the Google Fi and whatever. Are you using newer Cat5e or Cat6 cables? I have no idea. I literally have a box full of Ethernet cables. I just call them Ethernet cables that I've moved many times around the world with. And I just plug them in and they work. Yeah, it's kind of the, like, well, I can get the bare minimum spooky noises, which is Google Mesh. The bare minimum to meet the needs that I have now. The needs and the speeds. Or I can, like... I feel less and less like future-proofing is a wise investment. Cat 5 versus Cat 5e was a big difference. Well, I guess I gotta go around the house and take stock on what cables I'm using. I mean, but yeah, I've not had any real, like, issues. But no, I mean, the speed is not necessarily the problem of the cable. Like, Comcast itself says, your modem is not capable of reaching the speeds of your plan now. How about these modems? And they don't provide the modem for free. For free? Ah! Oh! Oh, jokes. Jokes. Oh, I like jokes. Oh. Comcast isn't in the business of not making money. They're in the business of making as much money, not only as they can, but that exists in the world. At all costs. They don't just want some profit, they want all the profit. Well, maybe they provide the modem in California because there's competition. You're in a market that has more than one choice. No, you gotta rent them for like, I don't even know what it is. The last I checked, it was like $15 a month. I'm sure it's up to like $20, $25 a month. Definitely clanking going on. Clanks! Oh, nope, I have a boat. Did you hear we also don't get health insurance? Ah. And our service workers depend wholly for their salary on tips from customers. Oh boy. Gonna learn today. Another just sort of enterprise looking thing over here. Well, that I gotta knock down. That's gotta happen. I am first going to have Wolfie sit down though. Not be trusted to go up here. Alright, who's ready? Yee. Well, that was pleasing. I am pleased. It kind of caused a little bit of lag, too. Physics? Physics? Encoding overloaded? Hello, Matt. Thank you for joining. Boop, boop, boop. Gotta make the right amount of beds this time. Doc Gratis
gifted a tier 1 sub to Mathanic. They have given 544 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you very much, Doc Gratis, for the gift sub to Mathanic. And will you believe, 33 minutes and 17 seconds into the stream, that is the first sub, resub, gift sub of the day. Much appreciated. Tub. Now everybody who isn't subscribed needs to say hello.
Mr. Bucket.
Ah, beans!
Mr. Bucket. Out of my mouth I will pop on Mr. Bucket. Buckets of fun.
Oh, and they got it, too. They got it. Thank you very much, Doc Gratis, for the 10 sub. Bath Bomb. Ducks is in. The Noob plays. And all those others who got randomly selected by the Twitch overlords. And Greenleaf.
Doc Gratis gifted a tier 1 sub to Greenleaf 130. They have given 555 gift subs in the channel.
There's a good number now. You just gotta, now you gotta quit. Thank you very much. Bath Bombs. Never again. Retired. Hanging up the jersey. Oh, Methanic. Paying it forward. Thank you very much. The gift sub. That's how it's done. Only gift subs today. I will see no regular subs or resubs.
No
only
more
gifts.
gifts for Kurt. Wait. Doe.
Doe. Thank you for the bits. Oh, perfect. Yesterday was a long day. That was a 5-hour stream. I just made the VOD of the Farlands part. That was 4 hours. Hummus Fraud. Thank you for the gift sub. A rental sub. Rental sandwich. Pre-owned sandwich. It's certified though. You're in a lot of bones. It's a totally normal thing to say aloud. Just something to like say in a like grocery store or something. Hearing a lot of bones rattling in these aisles. I did also look up, I know we compared how much we streamed. Greenleaf, thank you for the $5 donation to Equality, Texas. Bringing up to $2,605. Thank you very much. What was I saying? I was beginning to say a word, and then they stopped. Yes, you did pay forward the gifted sub into the charity. Man, I completely lost whatever thought that was. Oh, it's gone. Sorry. Zoom. It's a real shame because we need things to talk about, and then I started talking, and then now I forgot. Oh, yes, the streams. Thank you, Jimmy O. Oh yeah, the FLoB-a-Thons, the FLoB a day a month. At least on Twitch, in their playlists, like it shows you the total runtime of the playlist, and like last year's Blobathon. What was it? Like 55 hours? And we're right now like currently at like 35 or something for this year's. However, for the actual like streams over the course of the season, we have 10 hours more of the non-episodic streams here in season 9 versus season 8. But I don't know, it might come out to be pretty even. You might want to base your F3 guesses with that in mind. Or if you want to get out your spreadsheets and your compasses and calculators and slide rulers, you can try that too. Are you pressing F3 at the end of the month? Yes. The end of the month as in on Monday. The 28th. The 11-year anniversary of episode 11, when we actually started walking to the farlands. What was the last F3? I know somebody you could ask. It rhymes with Schmobot. There we go. $4.8 million. I don't know what the one previous to that was, though. Like, what was the previous number? $4.1 million, maybe? Yeah, I feel like it was a 4. Up. Doc Gratis. Thank you for 20 bucks. Towards our new donation goal for our Equality Texas fundraiser. I would be pretty happy with like 5.5 million. But that might be a little bit of a stretch. That would require 600,000 blocks of walking. I always tend to overestimate. I'm like very... overly confident in my speed walking skills. This FLoB is getting a lot of distances. I know. I mean, that's what I was saying. It seems like we might be under on the FLoB-a-Day marathon compared to last year. As far as time played, it's hard to say what that equates to in distance walked. More bones. You hear them bones? Them bones, them bones. It's the year of the skeleton. Doc Kratos is confident we could hit 5.5. If we believe. Also, Doc, with the donation, asked Were there things you liked about your old job? Ah, jokes. I like jokes. Uh, like part of the work or even coworkers. Any advice you would give job-seeking people? I tell them find a job that has as many parts you like and as few that you dislike. I mean, that's good advice, but I think, like, for about anything, right? Find a job that you dislike more than like. There wasn't. Yeah, that's good advice for choosing a car, or perhaps a mesh Wi-Fi system. Maybe a rice cooker. You really don't know everything about a job until you work at it for a while. Right, yeah. I mean, I will say, like, when you're interviewing, like, I'm bad at that, but, like, when you're interviewing, remind yourself that the interview is as much for you to assess your interest in wanting to work at the job as it is for them to, like, you know, see your qualifications about whether or not they want to hire you. So you should have, or try to have, it's never framed that way, but you should try to have the same critical eye that they do towards your information. But even that isn't enough time or information to, like, know it fully until you're there. Is there any things you liked about your old job? There wasn't much. It was honestly kind of a last resort situation for me. I was very not finding jobs. Like I said, I graduated from university, 4-year university, with an art degree, which didn't give me much of anything for actual job-having abilities. So I had to go back. I took more classes at a community college, like in the specific technical areas of, like, graphic design, and, like, mostly, like, I took an Illustrator class, I took an InDesign page layout class, I took a Photoshop class, like, to learn the programs, technically. But I was still having problems. I was interested in, like, getting a job at, like, a newspaper, because I worked for a school newspaper in my college as their... Like, they never even had the position before, but, like, as their art director. It wasn't really an art director position. It was more like, we need a graphic or these charts or whatever. Only at the end did they, like, let me actually design the newspaper, like, as a whole, just as, like, a neat thing to do. So I had a couple. Actually, I think I only had one interview at a newspaper, and that went terribly because newspaper people are all journalism people. So, and I never took, like, any journalism classes or anything like that. So all the requirements they have were all journalism-based, and I met none of them. I only met the design-based requirements, and that was not enough for them. So I quickly abandoned that. But yeah, it was very much a last resort. I did interviews at places, didn't go well, or I didn't have the right entry-level job, 3 years experience required, you know, like those sorts of ones. And yeah, they were kind of desperate. I mean, and I wasn't even hired. It was like I was a contractor at first. Like just working on the hour just in their office. And then they finally like hired me full time after a while as their first and only employee. Everybody else who worked there. What was that? Oh, it's just a piece of grass sticking through. I was like, what is that? I imagine larger places need a few infographic people. That would be your field, but those would be very few, and those are all now farmed out. Like I did have an internship at a publisher, like a book publisher. They like published all random sort of fiction, nonfiction, whatever. And they had a graphic design department. They didn't hire me, obviously. It was just an internship. And after it was over, it was like, okay, bye. But then I later like ran into one of the people who I knew in the art department there, and they said, no, they shut down the art department completely and just farmed it all out overseas. I work in publishing, can confirm. Yeah. So yeah, it's not as well respected, I suppose. I think as a graphic designer, if that's your deal, you're probably going to just need to resort to being a freelancer. Because any full-time jobs, like you said, are very few and far between, are like so specialized that you would have to tailor your set of skills to match XYZ's specific criteria for what specifically they need, whether it be like a magazine or whatever, or web internet thing. Yeah, no, there wasn't. I mean, honestly, my first day there, before I was even like hired, like I was just like brought on as like a contract person, but working in-house. I'm like, I don't want to, this is bad. I don't want to be here. But there was nothing else. There was nothing else for me to do. It was, I mean, I'm sure I could have, if I had the gall to just be like, no, this isn't for me. Like, sure, I could have found something else, maybe. But yeah, it wasn't great. And because like I was the most, like I said before I started working there, they were making websites in Photoshop and then slicing them up and exporting the HTML from Photoshop. That was their way of making websites. But when I came on and like wrote my HTML by hand and CSS and that stuff, I like blew them away and like completely changed how they make websites. Which was like, yay, that's good, but also that meant that I was the most skilled person there in my first job. So I had no means of like learning anything from anybody or advancing or anything like that. Wonder if a place like 538. I don't know what 538 is, But they do have their own art and design people in-house. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Well, who's 538? And is that statistics journalism? Oh, that's what I mean. That's a very specific, very narrow. Like, there's no. You're not going to go to school for statistics journalism. Well, okay, maybe you are, but you're not going to go to school for statistics journalism graphic design. Like, there's no path to that. um, so what was I saying? So yeah, I mean, I was there for 5 years. The pay was really bad. I barely got health insurance. I got no dental or anything insurance because the owner's brother was a dentist, so he didn't need dental insurance. So the company didn't need dental insurance. And like the owner, well, it wasn't like a young person either. Like it was an older guy in his like 50s who's just running this business and had this very rag team of people he knew throughout his life and career who he gave jobs to, that would come and go. And like I didn't particular like they weren't bad people, but I didn't like them. Like he ended up bringing in this like back-end web developer because that's something I didn't do, and he was just a real sleazy guy. I can vape inside because it's not smoke, that kind of guy. A real back end, yeah. Yeah, there wasn't much to like about it. But I get that is the sort of thing where like a decision has been made and now I'm stuck in it. And I felt stuck in it. Very much so. Until I started this whole thing. And now I'm stuck here! So yeah, it was not a positive experience or any means of growth. I hated going on calls, like to clients, businesses and warehouses. The worst, the very worst. Somehow they had the Tootsie Roll Company website as a client. And it was like a really crappy Web 1.0 website, and they just like maintained it. So one time the company wanted a new website, and so we had to pitch a new website design and overhaul and everything. And we had to go to Tootsie Roll headquarters into a big conference room where there were like literally 8 executives and like the 97-year-old CEO and owner of Tootsie Roll, who was like the daughter of the guy who started Tootsie Roll or something like that. And that was just a bad time. We didn't get the job because we were very much not equipped. But I had to go there, as did my boss and like the one other guy who only knew how to make websites in Photoshop. The only good thing that came out of that is that we each got a large bag of like Tootsie Roll product assembly line rejects or whatever. That was the only good thing that came out of it. I was getting one step closer to diabetes. swag. Yes, the Tootsie Roll swag, the consolation prize. Yeah, I mean, but there was a lot like that where we would have to go and like, oh, this is a pneumatics manufacturer. Gotta go there and pitch our ideas for whatever new product or whatever trade show graphic we're making for them. And there were so many lunches, so many lunches, like client lunches, that I just had to go with because I'm the only one who knew how to like talk internet and web design. And they're all at like the really crummy restaurants. You know the kind, like not a real restaurant and not a chain restaurant, but like the sort of restaurant that also holds like the lunch after somebody's funeral. That kind of restaurant. And there was one particular client, like we never did anything for them at all. That's all we did was go to lunch with them. And they would talk about what they wanted us to do. And we never did anything for them because they could never like come up with like an actual idea or like what they wanted. They were like business productivity consultants. Luncheonettes, is that what they're called? Old people restaurants. I didn't want to really go there, but they are, yes. Old people restaurants. That was the worst. That was the worst. And then there was the company that made like silverware and tableware for restaurants, who wanted us to redesign. I thought I did a pretty good job on the design for their catalog, like print catalog, and then they wanted a new design. And then they like sent us an example, and it was all done in Comic Sans. And they wanted that font. They wanted their fancy restaurant flatware, tableware catalog to be done entirely in Comic Sans. So I told my boss to fire them. They were bad clients. Just in general. It was annoying. And then we like started hosting websites, and like he had some friend who, not or some whatever, who had his own web host, and then we were like a reseller of that web host and domains and things. And that just became, then it just started to become like half of my job was like web host and email, tech support, sites go down, and I don't think they were a multi-million-dollar company. But like I said, Tootsie Roll was the biggest client they had at one point, and didn't keep them. I did not know you can fire a client. Oh man, that's like, that was, wait, hold on. Maybe that's my answer. Maybe that was the one thing I liked. Being like, you suck. Build your own website. Bye. Well, they're firing clients. Was my favorite part. Yeah, it just wasn't too great of a place. It was like in a really crowded. Honestly, the office was not much bigger than this here room. And there was me, the owner, and like the owner's wife was the bookkeeper. And they were constantly yelling at each other. Like yelling at each other. Because she was not qualified to do that job. Anyway, and yeah, and the other people in there, and it was just... There's no organization. Like, every computer was different. Like, we needed a new computer, so, like, the boss took me down to Fry's, and we just picked up, like, an HP computer or whatever. Alright, this is your new computer. Okay, I guess. And some, like, at-home desk. Computer desk. Okay, okay, I see why you don't have any things I liked about it. Stop, he's already dead. It's invigorating though. It's invigorating to make this list of things, I will admit. Because I am no longer there. I still dream about it quite frequently. It's like the old high school dreams that you have apparently your entire life that never go away, that you are constantly plagued with. I still have dreams about like ending up back at this job and being like, well, I've been gone for 10 years, 11 years, but they want me to pick right up where I left off. I guess. We eventually did like upgrade to a new office in this office park that had like 3 rooms. But it wasn't short after that I quit. Which I don't know. I didn't keep up. I didn't make friends with them. I didn't keep up with them. I didn't, like, follow up or, you know. I was not interested. I just gave them 2 weeks notice, like, after 5 years, and I was, like, their main person. But also, I was getting, like, so lazy. Like, I would show up at 11 a.m. I certainly wasn't helping the situation myself any, I'll say that much, but I was incredibly depressed. Didn't, like, the pay was no reason to stay. Obviously, since I quit before I was even making money with YouTube, I'm like, I'm just gonna quit, and like, since I tried to like apply to other places for like web design or graphic design, but in those 5 years I worked at the job, like I mentioned, I didn't learn anything new from anybody. So any skills I did have were stagnant. I'm like, I'll go back to school, and then the YouTube thing happened. It all sounds so much like the experience I had with my former employer. Yeah, I mean, yeah, from day one, I had the discreet thought of this isn't good for me, I should leave. And then I was there for 5 years. Ah. That is a super hidey hole. That is a super high and lengthy high tree hole. Ooh, above pumpkins. Deluxe. I guess I can take a screenshot of this. Ha! Got him. I will make a standard one down here. I just need to, like, collect dirt. I mean, this is my last thing about the job. A dead giveaway I should have known was that my boss still had and was paying monthly for an AOL email account. person who owns a web design hosting graphic design company still had and paid for an AOL account. And I told him many times he did not need to do that, but it continued. Let's go sleep. Well, I can't sleep at night. Wait, is the sun setting? Did I do this too soon? I did this too soon, I think. Yeah, okay, it's still... I must have seen the sun go behind the mountains and been like, that's enough, let's go to sleep. There we go. Why did he keep paying? I don't know. He thought, like, because he wanted to keep all of his emails, or I have no idea. I have no idea. They were making their websites and exporting the HTML in Photoshop. Like, that's even worse than just making it in Dreamweaver. Like, at least in Dreamweaver, it, like, tries. But, like, it would just create a table. You know, making websites with tables. And the text and images. Not even real text. Text in the images. Nested tables, yes. Yeah, it was not good. I've been averaging about 2.5 years per job. Well, I mean, between that one and this one, I guess I'm averaging like 8.5 years. Well, yeah, I mean, they were getting away for a while until I came in. I mean, the thing they like were getting away with, that back-end developer I mentioned was not a good one. And like the one like actual e-commerce site that we built for somebody, it didn't have like an actual like e-commerce backend. So like when somebody placed an order, it was like an industrial site for like business to business, so it wasn't like people customers, but still, it like held the credit card information in a table in plain text so that the person who manually fulfills the orders could get them off the website and then actually put the order in their ordering system because it wasn't integrated. But yeah, that was a situation where like, I don't have the knowledge to offer you a solution, but that's not right. That is not the right one right there. Yeah, it was, yeah. I mean, this was back in 2009, but still. And you already know about the fish. that the boss... Ooh, I gotta go look at this. The boss liked to fish, and then would often have fish for lunch in the office, using the microwave in the office, which, as I mentioned, was no bigger than this room that I'm in right now. On the rare occasion we weren't on some wacky luncheonette with clients who will never give us work. Yeah, I mean, with that job, I did eventually get to move out of my house and, like, get my own apartment. And then eventually that condo, but we already had stories about that. But still, yeah, it didn't bring me nothing so much. Any advice you would give job-seeking people? Don't take that job. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know now. I have no advice, really. Although I did try. I tried once last year for a job. And everything was good until the Zoom interview. And then they were like, no thanks. Yeah, I don't know. But thank you for the donation and the question. Did you wait until one of them woofed before you spoke? Ah, maybe that was it. I was like, ah, good times. Yeah, I mean, definitely, like, know about the job you're applying to. If somebody tries to pull the switcheroo and say, actually, this is for NFTs, then it was probably not a real and or good job to begin with. Careful, Wolfie! Oh, he dang fell off whatever that is down there. You dingus? Oh, man. Oh, I might have eaten that accidentally. Okay, I'm like, did I pick him up? Yes, I did. You're probably intimidated by your beard. No, I think what Cone and ZK said is that they were probably looking for young, just out of college, first job youths who could just quickly and snappily make the content that they needed. To exploit, that too, maybe. The youths! Ah! Youth. My Achilles heel. People they could underpay. I didn't feel like the pay was under, but it was like based on output. I don't know how much I want to say. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. I didn't get the job. But I also feel like this story might be better for, like, Ranwin Parked. So you were making cars. Close. Who can guess? I'm sure somebody can guess. Tesla, no. Nobody guessed that. I just got that out of the way. Ah. Washing cars. Now you're talking my salary range. No guesses, huh? About what job I applied for and then interviewed for last year. Have a seat, Wolfie. Professional listener. Listen. Probably some NFT thing. Probably. Honestly, kind of. Not really, but like, the comparison can be made. Uh-oh, I hear a skeleton. It's the skeletons! They're everywhere, Wolfie. Facebook Marketplace. Yes. Hello. I don't believe in your company, and don't even have an account with your company because of that. Are you looking to hire? Uh-oh. Spooky noises. Oh, I have boats. I have so many boats still. Alright, well we'll have this will be a to be continued. Streaming show-itis. So yeah, let's go to sleep. It has become that time to back up the world. And fall asleep to the soothing tones of skeleton bones and cow moos. Let's go. Loved by billions. There's your number. There's your megabytes. 41526.4. All right. Who's ready to continue? March the 24th, 2022, day 13, stardate 13 of the FLoB-a-Thon a day, Nostalgia 11-year anniversary-a-rama 2022. Are you ready? Do you have your woofs ready? Hope so. Ah, woof, there it is. Told you. You tempted Wolfie last time by saying, oh, he's been woofing right away. That's how you get him to not. That's how you get him to not woof right away. Also, the cows. That was more of a moo. Ah, oh. I was about to say, I should have made my hidey hole in there. Maybe not. Maybe that would have been a bad place. Was it making car wraps? No. I mean, it's a place and a company that you know. And that I know. And it was very much a remote job. You think I'm gonna go out into the world and work at a place? Oh, is that a spawner? We gotta go look at it. It's been so long. We didn't have any spawners-ish last episode? Last time? Oh, that is not a spawner. Ah, bamboozled. Yes, I was interviewing to become Doug DeMuro. Ah. People trying to guess your first job. Yes, your first job was Doug DeMuro. No, I said that I applied and had an interview even for a job last year. Because we were talking about the job I had prior to this. And I've like alluded to it multiple times. And even alluded to it on Ran When Parked. But one would think those two topics would lead you to conclude a specific place. But so far, nobody has figured it out. I mean, Vash is very close, but is being very funny. YouTube. Y'all are a bunch of jokesters. Oh, there he goes. Alright. Oh, Niblet. It was Niblet. Oh, hello. Working for the man. Niblet. Yeah, pickleboy.com. You're right. Pickleboy.com. Problem is, I suggest they start selling pickles, and they're like, no, fired. No one? None? I think people are sick of this game. So was it Bring a Trailer? Yes! Pieces have been put together. Zasudrazun. A name that I am unfamiliar with in this chat, but put the pieces together. Vash guessed Bring a Craigslist. And I appreciated their combination of multiple places. No, not for photography. It made no use of my spooky noises. It made no use of my graphic design, web design, nor YouTube, Twitch live streaming career skills at all. They're very much hiring writers. Art degree. You also remembered Cannibal like a month ago. You're like what's the name of the Star Trek computer that like we can just ask questions and they're like bloop, 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 answer. That's who the Zune is. Zune. they're the Zune that we sold on eBay in 2006. I still have my broken Zune, says Lithos. Why? Sheeps and pigs. Sheeps and pigs and sheeps and pigs. Has a mechanical hard drive disk. Yeah, those were the days. I mean, I'm pretty sure I still have my little SanDisk, whatever those ones were called. SanDisk clip, or it like had a little clip on it. I forgot what it was called. SanDisk. Now all I can think of is Zune. I feel like it starts with a Z as well. Zen something, probably. MP3 player with like 128 megabytes of space. I'm pretty sure I still have that in a drawer somewhere in this very closet. Oh, out. And then the one prior to that I had was like a two-piece situation. It was like a thumb drive that you then plug into like a dock that makes it the MP3 player. That one only probably had like 18 megabytes of space on it or something like that. Sansa, that was it. That was that one. Probably. That sounds familiar. Niblets, what's up? I mean, I'm sure it still works. I'm pretty sure it was ran on AAA batteries is what that did. Dirt. Oi. Sorry, I gotta scratch this cat. Scratch that cat. I'll scratch that cat. Chicken's out of thin air. I wasn't even paying attention. This pig up here is trapped and will soon become wolfy treats. As long as he isn't a... Whoa. You're up there, sir, aren't you? Alright. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. This is going to be a net zero. We can't. It still seems kind of dangerous. Oh no, I've punched it. I gotta kill it now. Because Wolfie's gonna go after it. That pig was dry. That pig was dry. You know what I can do? Wolfie? Oh, nuts. This seemed thin enough that I might just be able to pop right out the other side. Aha! Now this is true exploration. Oops, wait, no, dang it! I need the dirt, not the cobble. Take the dirt, leave the cobble. Creative Zen. God, that sounds familiar too. I had one of those. I don't remember which one it was. I say I had. I still have, probably. In this here closet over here. I mean, I was just having a conversation with the girlfriend about how it feels like, just personally, like, there's too much junk. Simplify, man. I mean, I still also do, speaking of Wi-Fi routers and cable modems, I have a box of, like, at least 3 generations or more of various cable modems. I mean, that is the side effect of buying your own modem versus wasting your money by renting one from Comcast, is that you, as you upgrade, you end up with a box of outdated, unusable, but still functional internet technology that you have no idea what to do with. I'll use that one day. I might make my own mesh network by just setting up more Wi-Fi routers, which we did, but is subpar. I might need this crossover Ethernet cable if I ever want to do a LAN party again. Nerds. Remember crossover cables? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? That was a strong pig. I have a crossover cable, never used it. No, that's the one. That is the one, Nate. That is the one. The Creative Movo. Is it like it comes apart as like its own USB stick, and then you put it together and it becomes the MP3 player? Yes! Classic. That was great. That was a futuristic design. I don't remember. Do you charge it, or did that like little connection have like a battery in it? On our next break, I have to like do some quick but not thorough shuffling through the bins to see if I still have mine. AAA! I knew it! I knew it! That was the advantage over the other ones that you had to like charge an internal battery. It's like you could just find, if you need a battery, just find a AAA. So much easier than having to wait for it to charge. So you can listen to your 16 songs that you have in MP3 at 96 kilobits per second. Creative Movo. What? Who bought Creative? Somebody bought Creative. Probably Logitech or Western Digital or somebody. It's Logitech. Okay, that was a good. That was just a random good guess. Random good guess. You did. You missed the interview reveal, and it will never be spoken of again. People didn't seem too interested. So we started talking about old MP3 players. I had no idea there was still such a big market for MP3 players. Are you telling me that I'm sitting on antique technological gold? eBay riches. It was Bring a Trailer that I had applied for and interviewed for, but did not get job in. They're on eBay for about $25. $25? That's like $600 in 2004 money. That's how it works, right? Seems like it's still an independent company. Interesting. Creative. What did they do? Didn't they make sound cards? Like that was kind of their main bag. I feel like they made sound cards and like desktop PC computers. Creative Sound Blaster. Ah. Sound Blaster. Now like motherboards come with the sound cards integrated, which I guess could be a sound blaster for all I know. Headsets and speakers and stuff. Interesting. How do they do? How is it that they have survived? Maybe they're just not worth anything, so like nobody bothers to buy them. They're not competition, so Gotta buy some stocks in creative. They're gonna be the new meme stock, I'm sure. Their main competition is Asus. But Asus... It's always some weird-ass thing that I never heard of. That you gotta, like, install a driver for the sound card. I never know what it is, though. It's always different. When you're, like, building a new computer. Be a brand ambassador, yes! Hey guys, Kurt here with a new TikTok about the new Creative Sound Blaster discrete audio drivers. Huh. But they're not they're not making MP3 players anymore. We've determined. Real tech, yeah. Who has real tech? Who's the realest tech? Get to the bottom of this. This is the most specific and niche conversation that like 4 people in chat are all over. And myself, mind you. QuickTime? Wasn't Apple on QuickTime? Realtek is also independent. Weird, but they've weaseled their way into like all the motherboard manufacturers' onboard sound cards. Is there still an overviewer map of your journey so far? No. I have an outstanding, as in yet to be replied to email from somebody who might have a solution for that, but I still am vaguely unconvinced that it still wouldn't be a problem to try to like both render and then like post somewhere on the internet. That wouldn't immediately crash the website. Management bets. Most legacy supporting audio drivers, so every motherboard uses their audio chipsets. Interesting. Remember when physics cards were supposed to be like a thing that you would need in addition to your graphics cards? Remember those? Sure, Grandpa. No. Let's just get you back into the home. How long have you been doing this run for the Farlands? Like, as a whole, or today? As a whole, 11 years. I should probably give you a metric of 11 what? Thank you. No, please, thank you. $11 is plenty information. We can deduce from that. Get that sheep. Oh, Wolfie just fell or something. And or got trapped under the ice. No. DVI is the same thing as HDMI. Like, on a pin-by-pin comparison. Which was my... not a concern, but I noticed all the new graphics cards are DisplayPort outputs, and I'm like, I think my monitors have DisplayPort. Certainly would have to buy some DisplayPort cables. And or DisplayPort to HDMI. The best part about DisplayPort is it can convert to anything. Gather round, let me show you, folks. In 2 simple steps. What are we talking about? Was it spawner? I don't think it is. No, it's just some sand that collapsed. Nerds. Video cables. Well, it started with MP3 players. Somebody earlier asked if what was the oldest piece of tech that I own. I mean, I guess that could very much be interpreted differently. I mean, perhaps those MP3 players. Perhaps my digital camera. I have a Canon, like, PowerShot S60, maybe? I had an even older one. I had like an S20, which was super hella old. but then I traded it in for they trade in your old camera and get $100 off a new GoPro. So that's like when I got my GoPro. I did that. I'm like, here, have this 20-year-old Canon camera. The S60 is from 2004. That's probably right. I mean, that would be when I was working at Circuit City, because I couldn't find a job after graduating college, to bring us back to that topic. Full circle! I think I had like an S20 or an S30 before that. Who knows when that was from? It was like the big silver brick with a slider over the lens. $2,000. Yeah, I might have got that when I graduated high school. Ooh, spookers. I'll be going in there though. Doesn't seem like a way out. I mean, I did have an iPod. The first not an iPhone iPod. Or that iPod Touch. I don't have it anymore. Because that there was like a trade-in program on Amazon and I got like 40 bucks for it or something some 15 years later. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I own a typewriter from 1950. It's like, okay, is that considered tech? So, like, you can have, like, antique things. Like, oh, I have a car from 1978. Ooh. I have that book from 1882. Ugh. A book is technology, isn't it? But I think in this context it is like old MP3 players. A trackball mouse from 1994. iPod Touch from 2012. That... No, that was before then. Because I definitely think I bought it when I was still working at the aforementioned job. Full circle! Which I quit in 2011. I think. I'm kind of halfway sure. Oh, your iPod Touch was from 2012. No, I had the first one. Yeah, 2007. Okay, that sounds more like it. Because, yeah, I remember when the iPhone came out, I'm like, I like the idea, but I don't think I even had a cell phone. But I don't want to spend that much and or get an AT&T account. Because that was the only cell phone service that you could get with an iPhone. So I waited for them. I'm like, they should just come out with a non-phone version. And then they did. Do I need sheeps? Sure, why not? I can always use sheeps. They still have the iPod Touch? No. Like, brand new? I mean, like, are they selling what they have left, or are they, like, still coming out with iPod Touches that match the new iPhone X or 10 or whatever they're on right now? There's the truest question. There is no running in this version. There's no hunger bar. Food doesn't stack. Only jitters. Careful, Wolfie. It was released in 2019. Okay. That's more recent than I thought, but 2019 was like 47 years ago. By my count. It has a headphone jack. Well, it's an iPod. I should hope it does. Gotta be able to plug it into your aux-in on your hi-fi system. I don't even think the first iPod Touch had a camera. I don't think it did. Did the first iPhone? It must have. Its phone cameras were a thing, unlike flip phones. First iPhone had a camera. Yeah. Because, like, the camera app... Well, did the iPod Touch have a camera? I doubt it. I bet you that would be one reason why they'd want you to upgrade to the iPhone. Does the 2019 edition of the iPod Touch have a camera? Ah, Wolfie. Oh, I might have eaten that. So it's like a stripped down iPhone. Yeah, think of a device that you carry around to play MP3 music with. Like that. First one didn't have a camera, newest one does. I mean, I remember there wasn't an app store. You were just kind of like, these are the apps they gave you, and that's what you were using. They'll take a SIM card. I didn't know. They want to up. They don't want to compete with their own flagship product. I'm sure you could like install Discord maybe and like do a video call or a call through Discord with an iPod Touch. Yes, only Wi-Fi. This is a wild concept for some people, I guess. We are enlightening the masses, my fellow ancient nerds. My elder millennials. I remember even before the iPhone came out, I was looking at, you know, to step up from my creative Movo 128 megabyte MP3 player. There was, it might have been creative. I think it was called the Pebble. But it was an MP3 player, but it had a screen, like a little tiny 3-inch screen. You could also like load it with like videos and watch videos on this little screen. And like its interface was to like click the entire screen, was like a D-pad. But it was too pricey for me at the time, so I never pulled the trigger on it. But it also, one of the big things is it was like one of the first like available consumer OLED screens. It was like super high quality for like a 3-inch screen. I forgot who made that. I just remember like seeing it got released and I was like, ooh. New thing. Cows. Ah, such innocent times, full of pith and vinegar and potential. Excuse me. Yeah, I personally don't get the current obsession with manufacturers wanting to make foldable screens. As if there's like a huge market for people who want flip phones back, but still want an iPhone. Like that I don't get. And the fact that they all keep failing. Like they really, ooh, new at CES, look at this. Ooh, a foldable tablet. It goes this way. And then like it gets released and then 3 weeks later it's like everybody's screens are cracking in half. How is this happening? And then they have to like recall them all. Like 3D didn't take off, so these manufacturers are like scrambling for like the next big not a feature. I just want a freaking rectangle. Just give me my rectangle of information and sadness. What phone? I have the Google phone. Which one is this? I don't know which one this is. It's the one with the thing. It is, I don't even know. A Pixel 4a. Speaking of old technology. Yeah, my problem is I don't want a big phone. Like all the like at the time like to get the latest technology or like the 5G or whatever. It had to be like a 7-inch screen or whatever the XLs are and stuff, and I'm like, I would like to be able to still put it in my pocket, please and thank you. I should get a foldable phone. I had the Pixel previous to this one, but then succumbed to the whatever killed all of them overnight. You are the exact market and you didn't even know it. I think it was the Pixel 2. Cone had the same thing, and it just like there was like a known bug. I think it put it into a death loop. And like you could never get it back. I think I sent it in once and they fixed it. The Nexus 5X. That sounds right. That sounds probably right. It was a Nexus something. Yeah. Or did I sell? Somebody bought one of my old phones. like a Farlander. I don't remember when or where that was. But hopefully it didn't die on them. I mean, it probably eventually did, but... I was part of a class action lawsuit for the Pixel? I got 74 bucks. I got no bucks. I got no class actions. I got no class actions for my, Equifax. Doxing everybody who has ever lived. And then saying that we would get paid, and then they're like, oh, we didn't actually expect people to want to get paid, so now nobody's getting paid. Remember that? Ha! Capitalism. Democracy. Justice. Gotta check your spam email for those class action lawsuits. I should have one for my graphics card, right? Supposed to be 4 gigabytes, but it's only 3. Pixel 1 still has unlimited Google Photos plan. Ah, see, I don't have that anymore because I upgraded. And now I gotta pay them 20 bucks a year. Or, like, a simple fix would for me to toggle the upload lower resolution images. But I'm like, my resolutions of all these photos that I will never look at from 8 years ago. Then I won't be able to print them out as an 8x10. It's a real problem. I should just do that. I should just... That is one decision. I should just flick the switch. Accept my fate. I need all these pixels uploaded from my Pixel. And then I'll definitely probably save those $20 a year. Paying Google for extra storage. Everything gets compressed once you share them. Not unless you share them through Google Photos. Of which you've not turned on the toggle to compress your images. Oh. Stupid human beings we are. Yeah, everybody's Google Drive exploded in size very conveniently around the same time. Not saying it's a scam. I did, like, download and delete ones from, like, prior to 2015. Because I'm like, I don't need those up there. So I just, like, have them on a zip drive. But I tell you what, they're their full resolution. They were never downscaled on the cloud. Mine are full of school and work files. Oh, well, I guess I'm lucky enough to have gone to school prior to the internet of things. So I just have a folder in my documents with max MSP randomizers. On a zip drive, in a zip drive. We already had the zip drive conversation. I downloaded them to my Zune. Zip 100, zip 250. Zip 750. There was never a zip 750. Get out of here with your revisionist history. I had a Dell with a zip drive. Yeah, that was my first like PC that was my own that I got to do schoolwork. I got the zip drive attachment, the internal zip drive reader drive. So that I could load my files from my classes. $750 megabytes won't even fit a game. I have a game for you then, my friend. You know what can fit on a 750 megabyte zip drive? That's the one. I don't know. Car on a stick is very small. I would be surprised if it's 5 megabytes, let alone. I mean, honestly, how big is Skate or Don't? It's 2 megabytes. Yeah, see? That's rounding up, probably. You could fit that on a floppy. Oh, wait, weren't those 1.5 megabytes, or were they 2.5? Or 1.44 or whatever? 1.44. Okay, never mind. Maybe not a 2.5-inch floppy. Maybe if you remove the music. But then, would you even have car on a stick anymore? I claim, nigh. Nigh! I'm pretty sure there's a game jam that either has existed or continues to exist that is like build a game that can fit on a floppy. itch.io skate is 31 megabytes. I mean, if there isn't such a game jam, I protest that we should start it. $13 kilobytes or less for a JavaScript game. Interesting. Floppy Jam. Is that a real link? Or are you making it up as you go? Let me play all 25 games in that game jam. That is asking for problems. It is. Alright. See, I knew it. See? Aren't you relieved now we don't have to undertake this impossible project of being the ones to run and organize a game jam? Ooh. Look at this place that we're definitely going to make a hidey hole in. That'd be a cool one. Over here. Oh. Getting a little cavey over here. Oh. Oh. I've done messed up now. I should have made the hidey hole back there. Dang it. Quick. Good spot. Have a seat. Alrighty then. That's reassuring. Spooky noises. Man, I really should make a helmet and shoes soon, shouldn't I? When do I do that? Oh, that's not the way to do it. You need more iron. I have 20 iron. I have plenty of iron. I'll make my helmet out of golden apples. I got enough of those. Actually. That's worth a shot. All right. There. Now that was a segment. Oh, that's right. During this segment, I need to see if I can find my. What was it? A Creative Movo 128 gigabyte MP3 player in the closet, really quick. Are we going to continue playing Farlands or Bust after this? I don't know. Could we? I'm not sure. This could be the end for the day, or not. Cliffhanger! Streaming showitis. 41,601.8 megabytes. Oh, we'll definitely make 42,000. That's easy. That's easy.